Mr. Grindstaff, something Ms. Terry said led Mr. Fiorini to think he wants to clarify something with you.
Joe, the first 3 points in the policy state 1, 2. The third, the proposed export transfer use would have a significant adverse environmental impact in the Delta. Now, you just said it wouldn't rise to the level of a covered action if it did not have a significant adverse environmental impact in the Delta. Who makes that determination?
The certifying agency. And obviously it can be appealed, but the agency that determines if it's a covered action or when they certify consistency, they make the decisions about whether this policy applies or not. And so they would decide first, do we have to do this because we have failed to reduce reliance on the Delta? And second, the failure has caused the need for the transfer. So they have to decide, we failed to reduce. The failure to reduce is, or if it's a regional agency, say, they have to say, do we have to transfer or first have we failed to reduce reliance on the Delta? They make that determination. Then they have to say that was caused because maybe we didn't fail, but one of our sub-agencies totally screwed up, and they're the explicit reason why we have to do this transfer or this purchase of water. And then you have to also make a finding that it causes a significant harm in the Delta, which is why this is a really narrow policy, and we're spending a lot of time on something that in reality is unlikely to occur.
Well, then let me take it one step further. Let's say in any given period of time there are 100 transfer proposals, and one out of that 100 fails to meet these, so they tell us that it's because they failed to do something or it will cause a significant adverse environmental impact. 1 out of 100. Those other 99, are they subject to somebody's protest that would cause those to come before us?
They might be subject to a covered action protest if they're covered.
Then, therefore, it is a significant issue. It's not a small issue, because every transfer could be eligible for a protest, and therefore, I think it underscores the need to get this right and to make it clear.
People are able to protest even on if we took this policy entirely out. People would be able to protest and say they failed to meet the consistency requirements of the Delta plan, and there would still be that potential problem there. Nothing that we do here eliminates the law that says people can protest those things. And so our challenge is to narrow the scope so we can easily say, well, this doesn't apply. And remember, the law has provisions that say that you can delegate to the executive officer the ability to throw out those unreasonable kinds of protests.
Good. Okay, thanks.
Okay.